Welcome to Go Mustangs Sports. I'm Dave McHugh, joined by men's basketball coach Gary Stewart. Team is 13-4 overall, 8-2 in MAC Commonwealth play as they have started the second round of the double round robin of conference action. And Coach, you've had some highs and some lows since we last chatted with you. We talked to you right before the Messiah game, and that turned into probably one of the best games, if not in the region, maybe in the country this season.
Yeah, that was a terrific basketball game, and Messiah is so well coached and really disciplined and talented, so we knew we were going to have our hands full. And we got a good push from our student body and our fans, and that helped us get over the hump.
Yeah, first game for the students to be back from their break, and so certainly well timed. Double overtime, that was a game that nobody had more than a two-possession lead. That's got to be a thrill as a coach, but probably the most exhausting kind of game. There's no chance to rest.
Well, those games are always fun. I think for all participants, I think it's fun to play in those games. I think it's fun to coach in them, and I think it's fun to be a part of the audience. So you want to play in meaningful games. That's important to our program, and it certainly was an important contest.
Is that kind of game where you sit there, even if you lose, it's a win because for the most part somebody had to lose?
Well, Dave, I've never really been a guy that's in moral victory, so we certainly want to play as well as we can, but the objective is to win, and we were fortunate that night.
Got some more national attention out of that, received some votes in the D3Hoops.com top 25. You then went on the road, played a Sunday game against Lycoming, another game where you guys had a big lead and Lycoming came roaring back, but a key steal in the last seconds iced the game for you guys.
Yeah, that's college basketball. I talked to a number of coaches yesterday, and big leads, and then had to hang on for dear life. And you know that other teams are going to make runs. Basketball is a game predicated on runs, and you hope you can get a tourniquet on it. And unfortunately, we have had some big leads that we haven't been able to hang on to.
Yeah, and then you go on the road and you got Elizabethtown, and there's a game which comes right back down to the wire as well. I think it was 4 lead changes in the last minute, and the culmination, they pretty much hit a bomb to win that one.
Yeah, well, again, a one-possession game. You know you're going to be in those in conference play. You understand that it's going to be highly competitive, both at home and on the road. Elizabethtown played exceedingly well, and it was one of those things. Whoever had the ball last was going to win it. Well, we had it last, but we only had it for 2 seconds.
Yeah.
So credit Elizabethtown with excellent play on both ends of the floor, and hit a big shot at the end.
So you come back, from that tough battle once again against Elizabethtown, and you got to face Arcadia as you now start the second half of the round robin of basketball games. You played them on the road. It was an overtime game, so you probably knew automatically you weren't going to get a night off necessarily to recover from Elizabethtown.
No, the conference is extremely difficult, and difficult venues to play in. The coaching is really, really good, talented student athletes, so you know you're going to get your hands full every Wednesday and Saturday, and you just hope that you have enough mental toughness, and hope you have enough energy in the tank to withstand the type of runs that we've faced, and hopefully we have enough talent, and our scheme is good enough to overcome our opponent, and we've been very fortunate in the first half, and I hope that continues.
You had a big lead against Arcadia, and it came down to a buzzer beater, but then it seems the Knights may have the Mustangs number as well.
Well, I'm not sure if they have our number. I think each and every team in our conference is going to continue to play. I mean, that's the kind of fiber by which they're made of. So if you let up on the accelerator at all, get a little tentative on the offensive end, they're going to capitalize on that. We have not been able to sustain 40 minutes, and you see that when opponents make good runs against us. And conversely, our team has got some mental fortitude to come back and make some plays at the end. We made a play at the end against Elizabethtown and scored with less than 10 seconds left. We made a play the other night against Arcadia and scored with 2 seconds left. So you have to give our kids a lot of credit. We went to Hood the first time, and we were down double figures. We led double figures, and then got down and were able to come back and win that game. So not the recipe that you draw up, but nevertheless, our kids have fought real hard to compete at the end of ball games, and we've had some success.
So since we've talked, 4 games, 3-1, battles aplenty, extra basketball played. Now you've got the aforementioned Hood coming up. The game's here. You know it's going to be a good test. As you mentioned, it was a test up there, but Coach Dickman is one of those who maybe is more X's and O's than anybody. You know you're going to get their best shot as they're right behind you in the conference.
Yeah, they're playing very, very well. And there's no easy games in our league. You know, there's talented teams, as I've mentioned, coaches that have coached at the highest level of play in conference and in NCAA tournament play. You know, if you're looking for Charlie Brown and the All-Stars, they're not in the MAC. Certainly not in the MAC Commonwealth. I have not come across a team yet that you know it's a given on that night. And it's fun. That makes for a very, very competitive league.
You mentioned, I mean, you're tied for the conference lead right now with Messiah, Hood, and Alvernia, a game behind you. You've got Hood next. You've got Alvernia after that, Alvernia on the road. How much is this next few games, and really, as you push into February, how important is every minute of every game?
Well, Dave, I don't try to get ahead of myself. You know, it's what we have in front of us is the Wednesday contest, and my fixation is on Hood, and then after that contest, then we'll move forward accordingly. But you're one game at a time. If you start to wander and look elsewhere, you're going to get bit in this league. And I just feel like it's advantageous for us to focus on our opponent. And obviously Wednesday we have a very, very good Hood team.
So you look at this squad, it's certainly getting recognition as a team, it's getting recognized as individuals. What's the message you're telling the guys as you look at Hood and you push into the conference here?
Well, we think we can play better. You know, there's a lot of room for improvement, and we've got another month in the season and some areas that we've got to address and shore up. So we don't think we've come close to hitting our ceiling yet. So the message is the same one that I've been speaking about back in October, is daily improvement, and we've got to work diligently as a coaching staff and as a program to address areas of concern.
Well, thanks, Coach, for joining us. Good luck to the rest of the season. We'll certainly catch up with you in a week. Team is 13-4 overall, 8-2 in conference play, tied atop the conference with nationally ranked Messiah. Of course, if you're a Mustang fan, get out to Owings Mills Gymnasium as they take on Hood in conference action. That game time scheduled for 8 o'clock at Owings Mills Gymnasium. Coach, thanks for joining us. Good luck, and we'll have plenty more with the men's basketball team on Go Mustang Sports.